Yo, what up guys, Big 5D here, and the portal in Raid Shadow Legends is showing that golden color we like to see for all the right reasons. Yes, there's a 2x on secret shards going on right now, and it's not a weekend. This is the strangest 2x secrets that I've ever seen since the 3 years I've been playing this game, because this 2x event usually happens only in the weekend. So how does it go? You have double chance of getting epics and legendaries from your ancient shards. You see the 2x chances like this. It's for ancients that lasts for a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and 2 weeks later it goes from A to S, that is secrets, and after S it goes to voids, 2x on void. So every 2 weeks, like clockwork, non-stop. That's how it has always been. So except in special holiday period, Christmas time, where they do 2x on secret, 2x on void, 2x on ancient shards all at once, and even in this their anniversary, 4th anniversary celebrations, they did do the triple 2x for all the shards. That doesn't mean it cancels the normal calendar of the 2x they do every weekend. So what is going on? A lot of people are giving their speculations that Playroom is trying to throw a wrench into this calendar we have going on, that we know when the 2x is coming, and we always save our shards. If you're newer, beginner, or even end game players, save their shards for those 2x, and they only pull their shards. Yes, not to worry, this is a shard pull video. I will be pulling my shards in this video. I just wanted to talk to the community about what is going on, whether it's gonna be a new norm where we just wake up on a Thursday and we see it's 2x ancient, when we're expecting it to be like 2 weeks ago to come. So I don't know if they're trying to scatter it, or this is only, like they said in the announcement in the game, that this is just for their anniversary celebration. So if you head over to the news when it was announced right here, summoning boost, they did say take advantage of double odds. Where is it? I know they mentioned that it's part of the anniversary right here. Running a special summoning rush event to celebrate Raid's 4th anniversary. So we're hoping it's just because of this, their 4th anniversary, that they are doing this 2x in the middle of the week, well, almost in the middle. It's a Tuesday. So that's my intro to this video. Just wondering why this has to be a 2x, why it couldn't be a guaranteed summoning event like we normally see in the middle of the week. All right, so in this video I'm going to be pulling my shards, and if you do not know, this coincides with a summon rush. This summon rush right here, a special summon rush. Why is it special? Because it has rewards that we'll never normally see in summon rush, rewards that would normally be more shards to obtain, and that is this eternal soul stone, the biggest one. Yeah, the big boys. So this the just completed heroes part also had eternal soul stone. I went for the 2 legendary skill tome, and I did not go for this because that was 30,000 points, but this time it's an opportunity to get an eternal soulstone. And right now in raid, getting higher levels of blessings on your champions, it seems like something worthy to do. It's something worth doing right now because of the new dungeons that you benefit from having higher levels of blessings unlocked. So that's why I've been going for this, and that's the point, 7,500 points. And my quick punch on the calculator shows that I think I need about 15 shards. Let me quickly check again. 75 divided by 500 per shard pool. So that's for if you're pulling sacred shards, because it's 2x there. I don't see any reason why you will want to pull any other shards than your sacred shards. So equals 15 sacred shards. That's all I'm going to be pulling in this video, despite the fact that you see me sitting at over 51, well, exactly 51 secret shards. Why am I not pulling all of them right now? Is because at my level of the game right now, I'm not looking forward to legendary champions, because I'm still busy building the ones I have, still looking for books for the ones I have, and still running masteries on the ones I have. So until I'm done with all those champions, build them and start using them, I don't think it's necessary for me to pull new legendaries that I will not have resources for to build up or use. All right, let's head back to the Noob2Pro and show you that this account only has 2 secret shards that I'll also be pulling. So we might as well start from the Noob2Pro, see if the luck will launch right here. This account, this Noob2Pro series, has been kind of idle for a while, in terms of I've not been giving out update on what the account is up to, because I'm planning something big, a surprise for you guys. So but for now we'll be pulling the shards, but I still do play on the account. As you see, we got 2 secret shards from the last time we pulled. Let's see, it's an epic. We're looking for clan boss epics, and Scabrius, yes, is one of the clan boss useful epics in the clan boss. Is A1, does have a poison debuff. He attacks only one time, but he places poison debuff for 2 turns. It's a 70% chance of placing it, which is a high chance. It's a good poisoner because you'll be using a lot of A1s in the clan boss. And if you do not use this, if you do not need his A2 or A3, you can just turn them off and let him use his A1. But let's see, he also brings a leech, which is useful. So yes, I do see why some people use this champion for the clan boss now. That leech is useful, the A1 poison is useful. So that automatically makes him a little bit maybe better than Frozen Banshee. His damage is still based on attack, so his leech is 100% chance of landing it when booked. And then what I'm saying is not a defensive based champion, it's still attack. But that still doesn't mean that Frozen Banshee will be better. I just feel like he will be better than Banshee. He brings a weaken. That's another reason for those who do not have a rising yet, or they want to use a different decreased defense champion and a different weaken champion. If you do not want rising in your team, I appreciate rising in my team because he removes that increased attack the plus places on himself. So that's a weaken right there. 100% chance of placing the weaken when you buff and when you book this champion. Also has a 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns if the weaken is placed. So he does buff himself. So hopefully that will make him the target for the stun. So this champion brings a leech, weaken, and poison. 3 things you need for the clan boss. So when you have this champion in your team, guess what? You just need one more champion to maybe decrease defense, and then another person to bring that removing the boss buff. But if you have a Razan already, I don't think this champion will serve you, especially when you don't rely on leech to do your healing, or you're not using other sets. If you're using lifesteal, you don't really appreciate leech. That's the truth. All right, in his passive, damage increases by 20% when attacking enemies under poison. So if you have this champion on an unkillable team, he will bring some damage to you. If you don't have somebody like a Fane or some other high damage dealers that people use for unkillable teams, I think he will serve that purpose because of this extra passive. He brings a little bit of damage and increases his own buff, so he can do crit rate. Crit damage is what's best for those champions who do not need to stay alive, who have a unkillable buff on themselves or block damage. All right, the second sacred shard, let's see before we move over to my main account and pull 15. Bring a legendary to the Noob2Pro. Even if we don't have books for it, we still want it. It's gonna be a Tomoe. Is this champion useful for the clan boss? I doubt it, because she's a support champion with an A1 of stealing a random buff. The low chance, 50% chance of stealing it. I thought she was gonna replace Razan. But I'm not in a hurry to replace Razan. I feel like he's doing 3 things for me and I love it. 75% chance of placing decreased attack, AoE decreased attack. This is more like a faction war champion, the way I'm seeing her skills. Decreased attack, AoE decreased attack is useful, but we need somebody who does something else on that same skill. Places a counter attack buff on a target ally, just one target. Places a counter attack buff on for 3 turns instead if this ally is from the Shadow King faction. So she wants to run with her, I told you it's for faction wars, and she wants to run with her fellow Shadow King faction so she can place the ally attack and counter attack for 3 turns. Fills the tormentor of all allies by 15%, nice, and places 30% increased crit damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also places increased crit rate for 2 turns on all allies from Shadow King again. So faction war specific champion right there. She has this skill on a 4-turn cooldown when booked. For her passive, increases all ally heals and turn meter field effect by 20% when used on allies with Shadow King faction. If there are multiple factions on the team, it will only, okay, if there are multiple for her, it will only happen once. And then you have a alright faction war crypt. I'm always right, don't doubt me. I've never built this champion, but from just looking at the A2, I concluded she was a faction war champion, and now the aura is claiming, is confirming that right there. Tomoe, maybe one day we can build her for that content, but it's not a champion I would ever use on my main account. I don't think the Noob2Pro will use her right now, but if it's for faction wars, she'll be the first I build and take to 60 if I'm beginning to push faction war on the Noob2Pro, because she will help her allies a lot with all this other extra stuff she has going on. That's the shard pool for the Noob2Pro. I only pulled because we're not saving shards for the next fusion. This account is not going for a fusion. If you have a few sacred shards, don't fall for this. Maybe you want to save it for the next fusion because of Supreme Inherent is ending soon. So you want to always have enough shards for a fusion before you begin to think of 2x events. All right, let me head back to my main account where I'll be pulling 15 sacred shards, like I said, just to obtain that big boy eternal soulstone. And that's the only reason why I'm pulling. Hopefully we can get one legendary champion. I checked Arasa Helper. I think the last update kind of wiped out my PT count. Like, I did not know how far into PT I am anymore because the thing kind of reset everything to 0. So I don't know how close I am, but let's see. If you can put 2 legendaries from 15, that's a win. If you get 1 legendary from 15, that's just average. If you get 0 legendaries from 15, that's bad luck. Lady Annabelle, not a champion I quite know of, but I see a lot of videos about her. Why are people so crazy about this champion? She swapped HP with a target ally. It should be a target enemy. Revive on death for 2 turns. I don't want to read skills on this main account, but this is for a champion I don't know anything about. So decrease speed and leech, but definitely not one I want to build. I'm just looking for legendaries on my account. So let me just keep going. That's the first one. Started off with an epic. And is that a legendary? No, that's also an epic. Grunge Killjoy, Ogren Tribes, newer sort of champion that is joining this faction recently, I think last year. And the third sacred shard on this account is still going to be an epic. Ugo, this is my second Ugo on the account. I currently have one Ugo built for Hydra. She's working perfectly well. Do I need the second one? If you don't have Mind 2 Ugo and others who can do similar stuff, maybe it's perfectly fine to build a second Ugo. She's perfect for that content of the Hydra. So, alright, let's go for the fourth one. Come on, where is the legendary? I thought by now we'll have a legendary. I do have a champion guide, an awesome champion guide about Venomage, one that I actually love so much. I have her doing some solo content because of her poisons and ability to keep herself alive with lifesteal or other sets. Awesome champion right there who can do slow damage, especially I use her in Doom Tower hard content where I just put a bunch of tanks with her and just leave her to do the damage, and she also blocks the healing of those waves that I had to deal with. I talked about Sifis or other champions who heal themselves, but against cleanses it's kind of hard, but you have to control the cleanser. Awesome champion, if you have her, you can use her in clan boss. I don't have her on the Noob2Pro now. This would be a better poisoner than Frozen Banshee, although some people like to run her with somebody else who can place poisons while she on her A1 detonates or activates the poisons. All right, let's keep going. We started at 51, remember, so I'm gonna be stopping at what, 36. Marksman, not one that I've ever used or hope to ever use in raid, but I do know that this champion hits a little bit hard on a single target nuke, right? That's attacks 4 times at random. This is it. One ally, one enemy attack right there, fills stun meter by 20%, has an extra 25% chance of inflicting critical hit. So that's his big nuke, but not one I hope to build. So that's 6 shards pull. This is the 7th one. Legendary, come on, is the 2x even on? I did check, it was on. 12% chance of getting legendaries. Grizzle, Jaws, ally protection champion, right? No, increased defense, block, debuff buff for 1 turn. On a legendary. Come on, legendaries usually have block and debuff buff for 2 turns. I guess that's why it's not quite common or used in raid, even not in clan boss. This will only block the stun though, if you have him for that content. If not, a champion I've ever used on my account also. We do have Sepulchre Sentinel doing the work right there. Catacomb Counselor, I think is ally attack champion with 3 allies joining the attack. Yeah, no, 2 allies joining the attack. When he book it up, it's 3 allies. So that's early game ally attack if you don't have somebody like a fat man or Longbeard to do the job for you. A poor man's ally attack. Where is the legendary? Come on, I thought I'll get 2 legendaries, but we are so deep, closer to 10. Lodric Falcon Head, whatever they call it, useful in Scarab. Now this looks like a Draco, but it's not. A Draco is still a champion that has evaded me all this time. It's not a champion I own, unfortunately. Maybe one day they'll do a 10x again for Draco and I'll be able to pick him up. Awesome champion for clan boss, but that's his twin or a copy of a Draco, but it's an epic that is not that great. No Goyo. I think this was a fusion that they did one time, and you could just pick him up. I think it looks like that fusion that was done. I forget. And that's 11 shards gone. Still no legendary champion. Is this 2x on, or is this a scam? Come on. People ask me why I don't like to pull my shards, why I save so much. Because when I save the shards, I like to see it and keep it and enjoy it. Not this type of disappointment. I'm hoping to see 2 legendaries from this 15 shards. Husk is a champion I hope to build soon for Hydra, and yeah, that's one content is good for. You can use them in dungeon content as a wave clear champion with all the decreased defense and weaken, and it does big nukes. Damage based on HP, I think. Nobody uses Captain Timila anymore as a solo boomer strategy, I guess, because there are other ways of beating boomer, I guess. But she was one time perfect for that content. Are we up to 15 already? That's the 15th shard. No legendary. We can't stop here now, because now I know I'm right on the Messi, right? Well, not at 20 yet, but I should be close. What is going on? I can't stop till I get a legendary, and once I get my legendary, I'm done. Is that it? That's it. So at the 16th shard, I got a Ruel the Huntsman. This was a fusion champion, I think, and one that I do already own, and I have not yet built him. I have not booked him. Exactly my point that I was trying to make. He's from the Dark Elves faction. He does damage, more damage if Hex is out there, I think. Let me quickly check out his skill again to see if he can come into content for me. I've started with the A3 because I'm looking for that big nuke right here, and this is a 4-turn cooldown, places 50% increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns, then places a hex debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. So it increases your ally accuracy, then he places the X. That means he will be boosting his own accuracy as well. That means you don't need that high amount of accuracy if he's going to be boosting it, I guess. Also places perfect veil buff on this champion for 2 turns, then fills this champion turn meter by 50%. That's a huge turn meter fill. That doesn't seem like a nuking ability though. Let me check out the A2. Attacks all enemies, places an extra hit on enemies under hex. So he starts with the A3, I guess, before he goes in with this big A2 hit. Will ignore 25% of the target's defense if there are 4 or more enemies under hex, which is going to be happening when you use this champion against AoE or Hydra heads. So that's the content he's known for, but he will work as a nuker in the dungeon content. You just need another champion to place the hex before he can go in with this A2. And for the A1, attacks one enemy, 50% chance of placing decreased defense. A1 decreased defense is always useful and booked up to a 65% chance. Transfers a random debuff from this champion to the target if the target is under X debuff. And for the passive, decrease the speed of enemies under X debuff by 5% and decrease the resistance of those enemies by 10%. Even more, increase accuracy, decrease resistance for them. Increases the damage enemies under enemies take that are under X by 10% and decrease their value of their heals by 30%. That's a lot of useful things you can do with Hex with this champion. And yeah, these effects do not stack up if there are multiple rails. And he has an aura of increased accuracy and crit rate in battles by 20%. So let me head over to the Dark Elves faction and see what I can do with this champion, because that's the one reason why maybe I wanted to pull shards, because at this level of the game, guess what, I'm comfortable with getting duplicate champions because of faction guardians. So if I head over to my faction guardians for Dark Elves faction, now I have that's 3, that's the 3rd one, and that's the purpose why I guess I'll be pulling more shards during 2x this period, because it's not that bad to get duplicate of legendaries when you're trying to fill up your faction guardian. So that's 30% accuracy, 30 plus accuracy added and 30 plus and resistance added. Although I do not have a lot of legendary champions from the Dark Elves, well, I do. It will benefit my Lydia. It will benefit a lot of champions that are in Dark Elves that are of this Dark Elves faction for the legendaries. All right, that's my shard pool for this ongoing special summon rush as part of raid 4th anniversary celebrations. The Noob2Pro got trash as usual. That account is cursed and I'm kind of discouraged from playing on it, but I will still be bringing content for you on that account soon. And this is what I came here for. That's it, the big boy. Am I going to be pulling it on this video? I'm sure you will love to see that, so make sure you subscribe. But I do have a big summoning for Soulstone event coming up right after reset for Hydra, so I'll be pulling 100 of these mortal Soulstones and then one big boy, and I think the middle one, the immortal Soulstones, will be about 4 or 5. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that video when I post it. That's it. That's the 6th immortal Soulstone picked up. And don't forget, you don't have to pick up your energy right now. Save your energy so it can filter into your inbox. That's just a little tip I just wanted to add right there. And yeah, I've completed the Summon Rush Raid 4th anniversary. It's only lasting for 2 days, so if you do have the shards, go for it. Because of this one, it's worth it. But if you're saving for a fusion, save your shards. Don't fall prey to every 2x event you see out there. And yeah, I guess let me know in the comments if you pulled anything interesting. I did pull 1 legendary out of 16 secret shards, which is not a good look at all. It reset my PT at that point. And yeah, that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you look forward to pulling 3 or 2, but sometimes you get 1 or 0. Good luck, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Raid Shadow Legends content that I post on a daily basis. Later, guys.